Hey, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Hammond's Monsters podcast. With me always is T-Money, aka T-Money.
If you smell what the lion is cooking.
I called you T-Money twice. Terrence, aka T-Money. Hey, here you go, put your phone back on. Had a little difficulty because my phone was lagging and the recording was buffering. So I had to refresh my phone. Hate doing that. We're going to do a quick run of Monday Night Raw and Smackdown on August 12th and 13th. Because today is just us two at work, so we got to get done quick. And he's going to be here tomorrow on Friday and Monday.
Yeah, I'll be off.
Yeah, he's going to visit, I think it was family member? Yeah, he's going to visit. All right. The opening segment with Universal Champion Seth Rollins, and later on that match, they would have a match between AJ Styles, United States Champion versus Champion, trying to put his name for the Universal title picture, since it would be actually told by Paul Heyman, this is confirmed on live television, Brock Lesnar is not getting a title rematch. Thank God.
Because he is talking about, him and Paul Heyman is talking about going to SmackDown.
Ooh. If they go to Fox, right?
Yeah, they go on Fox, yeah.
All right.
Because that's the move. They said SmackDown is going to move to Fox Network.
Next, we have a interesting little segment between Sami Zayn and the Street Profits talking about how Seth Rollins and the Street Profits are just getting their energy and sapped by the audience. And he says, what about Samoa Joe? He says that in hindsight, knowing Samoa Joe's behind him, and he just keeps talking and talking and talking, and Samoa Joe gets him. And he says, we're going to have a match. And they do. And Samoa Joe puts Sami Zayn in the Kimura clutch and makes him submit. Or makes him pass out. I forget. I think it was submit. Yeah. He's that person who's like, no, I don't want to pass out. I ready to quit.
He went tap out.
Yeah, he tapped out. He didn't pass out. He tapped out.
Yeah.
I said, I don't want to pass out. Next, we have The Miz against Dolph Ziggler, who apparently tricked him into believing that he was not medically cleared or capable to wrestle. And he just jumps him, and the match keeps pretty much set right there. And The Miz still defeated him with Ric Flair's finger four leg lock.
That's his mentor.
Next, we have Elias versus Ricochet. Ricochet for the win. We have Andrea San Almas against Rey Mysterio in a 2 out of 3 falls match. About to say 4. We've been having a lot of those 2 out of 3 falls match, man. I think somebody likes that damn match a little too much. I'm not one to say no. Sadly, though, for Rey Mysterio, he ended up getting defeated by Andrea in 2 straight falls. Later, we would have an interview with him stating that he has never lost that bad in 2 straight falls. And he doesn't know where his career is going.
Oh, and here's what y'all didn't know. That he is talking about having his son to wrestle in the future. But they're not going to do it this year because they said that his son is not ready. They're talking about doing it next year.
He still looks like a little young and needs to work out more. Next, we have Drew McIntyre against Cedric Alexander. And ultimately, with the Claymore kick, puts Cedric Alexander to sleep. 1, 2, 3. Poor Cedric Alexander. But Drew McIntyre, definitely I see in the title picture for Seth Rollins if given the opportunity.
I guess that'll be good because Vince McMahon once said it 11 years ago that.
Yep. Well, that was 11 years ago. He's definitely changed since then.
Yeah, he's still Vince McMahon still sees him as the future world champion.
We got some people with airtime who has not got any airtime thanks to the defeat of Shane McMahon on Kevin Owens' part this last SummerSlam. This is literally after SummerSlam. So we would have Robert Roode. That's where he's going. He's not going by Bobby Roode. He's still going by Robert Roode against No Way Jose, who has not gotten any airtime and sadly got defeated by the glorious DDT. dealt by Robert Roode and Victorious. Good job, Robert. We would have the Revival match versus the Lucha House Party, ended after the Superstars chase R-Truth in the ring to compete for the 24/7 championship match, which during that we would have the first time ever co-holding. I don't know how, because only one of them, not the bald-headed one, he was pushing him his partner down.
You talking about Dash Wilder.
Yeah. The other guy with the head,
Scott Dawson.
Yeah, was the one pinning him, but they were considered, I don't know how.
Dash Wilder is the one with the hair. Scott Dawson is the bald-headed one.
Yeah, so I guess for somehow, despite the fact that only one was covering, the other one was on top of the other, they're co-freaking holders of the title, of the 24/7 title. And ultimately, thanks to Carmella, she ends up helping him because somebody took advantage of it. Somebody laid him out. And while the commotion was going, she pulled R-Truth over one of the members of the Revival to get R-Truth to become a 12-time, right? 12-time 24/7 champion. And somebody made a remark saying 4 more and he'll match John Cena and Ric Flair for how many times the titles. It's not a world title, but still they're mentioning that.
Yeah.
Next, and I gotta say this, we would have a moment, not of bliss, but with Natalya and her bandaged up arm after getting nearly broken off from the disarmor from Becky Lynch in her title shot at SummerSlam. She would actually state that this was the anniversary of her father's death. In which case, someone comes in that we have not seen, and it's confirmed she's back. The boss, Sasha Banks. She would go and hug her, and then what it looks like getting a mic, slug her, turn her around real quick to slug her, and ultimately reveal that her purple bright ass hair is nothing but a wig to reveal a navy blue, I guess, almost like Kiera Hogan from Impact style, but pure navy blue, all the way down to her roots, in which you can see. And just starts wailing on Natalya. She starts crying and saying, your daddy. I was like, oh my God, she's definitely turned heel real fast. Becky Lynch would then come out of respect for the fight that she got from Natalya, ultimately to get handed to her, her ass handed to her by Sasha Banks as well. One was injured, the other was fresh. Well, yeah, technically she was fresh. And still, Sasha Banks plays dirty and whoops both of them with a chair.
And now Sasha Banks is happy with her character.
The Viking Raiders defeats 2 local talents. Come on. Put them in a title picture. Come on.
See, that's what WWE does. They feel like if you're a new tag team from NXT, you're not ready for a push yet.
Wait a minute. Those two actually know each other. Those 2 tag teams know each other. The War Machine versus the Bullet Club in Japan Wrestling. They know each other. Oh my God. Come on. Let's do this.
So here's the thing.
The Viking Raiders versus the Good Brothers of the OC. Come on.
But here's the thing, Sergio. You don't know what they does. They had to get, to get a title shot, you have to have all the fans from around the world to like you.
They love them. They're all over the world, not just WWE. Come on.
And here's WWE feels like you're not ready for a tag team.
That's bullshit. They're ready.
They told CM Punk that he's not ready to be
No, the War Raiders, that's an insult. They're ready to dominate. They're not giving them the chance because they're scared they're going to own it.
Why do you think they told something to Extension? They want a tag team title shot, and they said that you're not ready yet.
Oh, they weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't.
They feel
those 2 weren't. The War Machine? I mean, Viking Raiders? They are.
But they said they're not ready yet, but soon y'all will get a tag team title shot. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, that's funny because I'm hearing on Google that WWE is giving the Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, a huge push.
They like it. They like his character.
Not just in real life, but in the WWE 2K video game storyline.
Yeah, because his character, they like his character.
Holy crap. Next, we have Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss defending their titles against the Kabuki Warriors, which Paige is in there but has a video to give them the push they needed. But sadly, that was not the case. Both Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross retained their titles against Asuka and Kairi Sane. Okay. Finally, we would have the match of the night, the main event, the United States Champion AJ Styles versus Universal Champion Seth Rollins. Ended in disqualification thanks to the outside interference of the Bullet Club. The Club OC members. Damn. Nobody comes out to help him if I'm correct. Go to the bottom, go to the bottom, go to the bottom. There we go. Nope, they do. Never mind. They have one person. Would be Braun Strowman. I totally forgot about Braun. Braun Strowman comes out and wrecks everybody and actually hands the Universal title to Seth Rollins as a sign of respect. So, does that mean Braun Strowman is in line for a Universal title shot against Seth Rollins? I don't know. I do not know, but I would love to see that. I would love to see Braun Strowman as a world title pitcher for the first time ever, because he has not become. No, wait, he has. Has he?
Nah, he hasn't been a champion.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of the first Super Showdown. Oh no, the second. Yeah, I think it was the second, where he got screwed by Baron Corbin. Yeah. And Brock Lesnar F5 him 5 times. Yeah. So that was his opportunity. Yeah. Last opportunity, if I'm correct. Yeah. Okay, go ahead and look up.
That's only because
August 13th of SmackDown.
They're trying to make him monster. They don't think he's a championship material. That's what they use. If you notice that.
Oh my God, you know damn well he is.
You know see what he's doing though. They're trying to make him
fuck it up.
No, they're trying to make him a monster. You know they ain't giving him no title shot. You didn't notice that?
Some of the best champions are monsters. Well, while he's looking that info up, a shout out to our boys Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below, as always. And another shout out to our boys Renee, Farrell, Chris Petrie, and Delvin. Oh, and for the record, when I was actually uploading the videos at my place, I did not realize while going down over here, the video is reversed. So I should be pointing over here for the content of the bell. I know, it's weird. I'm looking at my angle. The bell should be over here, but that's from our angle. So it's reversed. So it's over here. That's where the bell is. I got to point over here. Yeah. Unless it's dependent on which side is my phone. Because it's sitting on the power button. Because that's where it was. I had to set it up with the clamp on near my TV. So it's on the power button. So the bell should be over here. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at it. Yeah, that was not fun. We would start the show with Kevin Owens congratulating himself and saying, finally, Shane McMahon is gone. And he was bragging about everything, how he did. And then Shane McMahon came out and he's like, seriously, are you not? What? He would actually go on to state that he is he calls himself call him a coward because he hit him with low blow, but he had Elias in his corner. Uh-huh. He had him as the special guest enforcer. Therefore, signifying that he had somebody backing him up and cheating the whole damn time. In which case, the fact that Kevin Owens did lay his hands on him, even though he was a special guest enforcer, he was still wearing the referee outfit. And he was putting it over Kevin Owens that because he needs to set example for everybody in the W roster, that he is fining him $100,000. And Kevin Owens is best. Damn. After that, we would have a match between Charlotte Flair and Ember Moon. And Ember Moon is sadly defeated by Charlotte Flair. Viva by tap out or national selection. I forget how she finished it, but Oh my God! Please tell me she's not in the running up for a title shot again. Mm-hmm. I know it's been a while, but come on, not everybody's gotten a shot. Not Liv Morgan, not Mandy Rose, not Sonya Deville, not Asuka or Kairi Sane, and those two on the tag team titles. Actually, 4 of them. But come on, give us more options. Give us more. Come on.
Yeah, like I said, they will say the same thing to the women. They're not ready yet.
Yeah. Oh. Fun fact, he told me this, after SummerSlam, or during SummerSlam, Alicia Fox got into an argument with some fans because she came to work drunk. What the hell?
Yeah, she got into an altercation with a fan. I guess, the fan was talking about something and she didn't like what she said, and he noticed that she was drunk, and so did the officials, so they told her to send her home.
Damn. You ain't got no damn airtime, Alicia Fox. The last time she got airtime was Raw Reunion. That's it. Mm-hmm. No matches, no nothing. Give Alicia Fox a match against Charlotte Flair, even if it means losing. Come on. Okay.
That's like the third time this happened to her. She always messing up her career.
Next, we would have a match between Roman Reigns and Buddy Murphy. That match would go on for a while, because he would actually give Roman Reigns a run for his money. But ultimately, Roman Reigns defeats Buddy Murphy with a spear, Superman punch combo. And he actually gives him mad respect. But that doesn't mean anything to Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. Had that R's wrong. They ended up interrogating him as to why he lied, coming out and saying that he did first, and then they go backstage, clear out the locker room just for him, and they insult him, and they made him confess, saying that he lied. Next, we would have a match prior to the fact of Kevin Owens actually going into the office trying to, well, what it looks like, pick a fight with Shane McMahon. He said, you want to get fired? I can add more to that. And he says, you might as well make it 105. He goes and throws a stool. Is it what it is? It wasn't just a chair. It was a stool. And throws it at the monitor in Shane McMahon's office. And ultimately, he would say that he needs to put him in a match to teach him a lesson again. And Samoa Joe is more than happy to answer the call for that fight. So it would be a match between Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens. With, again, he said that he was going to keep Elias, who I totally forgot since last, was it Monday Night Raw? Yeah, Monday Night Raw, that Elias has been for over a week been the 24/7 champion, because that's another thing I forgot. After his triumphant 12th time champion and getting away from the Revival, so they be happy go on Monday Night Raw where Elias hits him with a guitar after being interrupted by Ricochet, because that's where Ricochet defeated Elias, and he would actually hit R-Truth with the freaking guitar to become a 3-time 24/7 championship. Oh man, they didn't mention that. That sucks. Too bad. That was a quick review though. That's the idea. But Shane McMahon would vacate the rules of the 24/7 titles for Elias so he can get some rest. Even though he said he was going to give us rest, he still puts him in the match as a special guest enforcer. What the hell? And the rules still applied. That he could not be pinned. I'm like, what the fuck? Ultimately, thanks to a quick freaking tap of Elias, Kevin Owens would lose. What the heck? That's cheating like a mother. We then have a match between the Revivals, who blanked even though their match got interrupted by R-Truth and everybody else in Raw, and that they would become the first ever 24/7 champions and lose it on the same night in seconds. They would actually blame that the tag team division is not what it should be because of the New Day, who are on SmackDown and the SmackDown champions. they would actually pick a fight with them, saying that they are going to defeat them. Ultimately, it was supposed to be just those two against those two, the Revival versus the New Day of Xavier Woods and Big E. But when they came out alongside Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton would actually come out and state that he is a coward for running away in disqualification because Randy Orton was looking wrongly at his two boys and ultimately ended his disqualification. He would actually say, let's make this a 6-man tag. I will fight with Revival and you fight with your two friends. Ultimately, in that match, at the end, it would be Xavier Woods, Big E, outside the ring with the Revival, and Kofi Kingston would be in the ring and leave it to the Viper, Randy Orton, to come up from behind and RKO Kofi Kingston, getting the 1, 2, 3 for his team. He then takes it from there to look at Xavier Woods, who during the match, threw him on a table, an announce table. And he goes and RKO him after won the match. And then Revival is more than happy to assist Randy Orton by lifting up Big E and RKOing him. And then, just for insult to injury, RKO's for a fourth time, or should I say, a second time, a fourth RKO to Kofi Kingston, once again leading him to waste. And ultimately, this would signify that they are going to have another match, probably at Night of Champions or Clash of Champions. Which is it?
Clash of Champions.
After that, go ahead and look up August 13th, 205 Live. We'll cover that in just a second. It would be Roman Reigns walking up, actually asking, after hearing what Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan did to Buddy Murphy, walk up to them into their locker room looking for a fight because he feels it was them. Daniel Bryan would actually go and say quietly that Buddy Murphy tarnished both their names by mentioning Eric Rowan, who represents Daniel Bryan, and say that they had investigated themselves and found at fault and would bring that person next week.
It's some investigation, you mean?
Detective work, investigation, yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what word they use, but those are the two words. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be the end of this video. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button right there and hit that notification bell, if I'm not correct, is on this side, if you want to see the next Heaven Monsters podcast. I'm SergDragon. This is T-Money. We'll see you in the next video.